Welcome back to Citizen Arcane, where we discuss pretty much whatever's on my mind, and that usually comes down to books and minor league sports, small time sports, sports for the little guy. And today I just wanted to go over some weirdness that is going on in mostly the world of indoor arena football, but also, roller hockey. So, roller hockey I know is extremely niche, but I have a soft spot for it because Roller Hockey International was in St. Louis when I lived there, and I was not really wealthy enough to go to a Blues game. But they had a pretty good run, and it was a pretty good product overall, especially for the price. So there's been a couple of reincarnations of leagues that have come up, and they have not panned out. But now there is this tropical indoor hockey league that I think has some spark. And because I live in Georgia now, I live in Atlanta. The teams, if it's popular enough, there might be one that sprouts up here. So there is the Tallahassee Sharks, the Tampa Bay Tritons, the Gainesville Gargoyles, the Daytona Beach Anglers, and the Bradenton Brawlers. And I think they're at venues that can, one, accommodate a reasonable amount of fans. That's so important. And hockey and indoor football, they really go hand in hand, because to have an arena league team with the nets and everything, you almost need a hockey-capable facility. A basketball-only facility wouldn't get the job done. But I just think that it was a lot of fun if it's done cheaply, and I think it could be a good TV product. There was one, I forget, that was a Disney product before Roller Hockey International. There was 6 leagues, and the name escapes me right now. But that looks like it could be fun. On to indoor football. This week has not been good for the National Arena League. They just can't seem to win for losing. I don't know why exactly, if it's leadership or vetting of investors. But the Indoor Football League is winning. Now, they still have problems. They've got a couple teams that are in hiatus, a couple teams that have failed to launch. But, the Albany Empire, under the leadership of the league, which is Chris Siegfried, he's got a storied football career, and it just doesn't seem like the National Arena League is moving forward with him at the helm. I've long said I think they should seek a merger, seek a sale to the bigger league. And the Arena Football League, the new AFL, was supposed to have started naming teams by now. So there's no real idea. They claim to have 16 different ownership groups. I would like to see that made public. When Arena Fan did the interviews, that's been a few months now, but they said by this time we would have some names. So they said by the end of June, and we're getting close. That said, Antonio Brown with the Albany Empire, I didn't realize he is the son of Eddie Brown, who was a long-term Arena Football League player. He was with the Firebirds, I think, and it just looks like that whole thing has really crumbled, which is odd, because you get these powerful football names, Eddie Brown and Antonio Brown, and it just falls apart. Whereas now we've got Tim Brown, who is a long-term NFL legend, who's involved with the Arena League, and they have named the 4 teams of their initial outing, and that's going to be the Springfield Ozarks Lunkers, which I think is fun. It's reminiscent of when arena football was intended to be an offshoot, a fun thing on the side, not overly corporate like the NFL has become. And then they've got Duluth, Minnesota, Waterloo, Iowa, and Kansas City, Missouri. But there's a website. I'll put a link to that. There's a lot there that looks like they're moving forward, whereas the Arena Football League, I just don't know what's going to happen. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, or if anybody knows anything about what's going to happen in 2024. One quick note about the outdoor game. It just looks like the XFL had a worse outing than the USFL, and we'll talk more about that soon. Have a great day, and thank you for your time.